Revisiting the apple's fall. How Galileo inspired Newton. The story of the apple falling on Isaac Newton's head and inspiring him to discover the law of universal gravitation is one of the most famous scientific tales. However, this simple interpretation of this pivotal moment in the history of physics may be more simplified than it actually is. In this video, we will return to this incident in a new light, based on Zineddine's ideas, which indicate that Newton did not discover gravity in isolation from a broader scientific context, but rather built on the work of Galileo Galilei, analyzing the moment of inspiration. When Newton saw an apple fall from a tree, he didn't view it as merely a passing event, but as an experimental example of the concept of free fall, which Galileo had already developed theories about. In his famous experiments, Galileo demonstrated that objects fall at a constant acceleration regardless of their mass, which contradicted the prevailing belief at the time that heavier objects fall faster than lighter ones. Newton's observation of the apple falling was an experimental confirmation of Galileo's theories, sparking his thoughts on how to generalize these observations to include celestial bodies. If the apple fell towards the Earth due to the force of gravity, could the same force be responsible for the Moon's orbit around the Earth? Galileo's role in discovering gravity. It may be unfair to attribute the discovery of the law of gravity to Newton alone, but the truth is that this discovery was based on the latter's experiment. Through his experiments and studies, Galileo laid the theoretical foundation upon which Newton built his theory. Galileo provided a precise description of the motion of falling objects and established the methodological foundations for experimental scientific research. Conclusion. To say that Newton discovered gravity thanks to a falling apple is an oversimplification of a more complex truth. The moment the apple fell was the spark that ignited Newton's passion for inquiry. Galileo's contributions to understanding the motion of objects were the cornerstone upon which Newton built his theory of gravity.